The Swordmaster, a style that has showcased Dante's swordsmanship throughout the years by him pulling off some of the craziest combos ever to be displayed in all of gaming. There's no doubt that Swordmaster is that style you use to rack up more style points, but the question is, which one is the best Swordmaster? Hello, it's the Devil Joe, back again with a brand new video, and today I'm gonna find out which Devil May Cry game has the best
Swordmaster!
Since I've kicked off the series of ranking all 4 of Dante's styles with Royal Guard, I thought, well, why not take a look at the style that puts any swordsman to shame, the Swordmaster. Here's how this ranking is gonna go. I'll be ranking the style variations based on the following categories. Utility, which one has the most practical use? Moveset Extension, which style gave the sickest looking moves to the already existing moveset? I'll be throwing in a top 3 at the end of this video to find out which DMC game wins a World Swordmaster Championship title. So without further ado, let's jump into this crazy ranking. Starting things off, we have Devil May Cry 3 coming at you with a pretty sick Swordmaster style, jam-packed with a ton of practical tools added to the ones that Dante already has in his arsenal of devil arms. For the Rebellion, we got the Prop Shredder that could throw or hold enemies in the air. It's a pretty solid move for adding a few buffers in between combos. You wanna stay in the air with the Rebellion? The Swordmaster is the only option you got to swipe demons away in the air. Through Air Rave. Standard stuff right there, it'll become a staple of the style moving forward. After leveling up the style, the Rebellion gets the damn Sword Pierce, where Dante throws the Rebellion at his foes, causing them to move back or get stunned. For a moment's notice or to break up any demonic hordes rushing towards you, leaving the swordless Dante with a push kick. And Killer Bee. If they only kept that punch kick combo that they had in the demo version of DMC 3. Push that style button, the Rebellion will go back to Dante like an unofficial round trip that can damage enemies in front of you. Level 3 Swordmaster's the gift that keeps on giving, as Dante gets the raddest special that you could ever think of, the Dance Macabre, allowing you to dash towards a group of enemies, pulling off a Rebellion combo be on steroids. Beat that style button harder than stroking that chicken of yours, you get a faster million stab followed up by a legendary pole dance on a sword. Alright Dante, we get it. Chill bro. Wait, how are your paws still in one piece though? Never mind, it's a video game. This move is the flashiest and most practical move the Rebellion has had in the entire series. For one, it's the combo B pause combo without any pauses in between inputs, allowing Dante to tear through hordes of demons ending in a million stab, a move that is already known for taking out an entire entourage of enemies in its path, dealing out high damage to him, ending in a pole dance, adding to the splash damage of the combo, keeping a lot of the demons at bay while making you look like a stylish demon hunter. When it comes to the other devil arms, oh boy did Itsuno deliver the goods hard on this one. Pushing the style button using Cerberus lets Dante pass the triple nunchuck a lot like Bruce Lee. Called the Flicker, it can be done on the ground or in the air. On the ground it's pretty good for chaining combos together, it can be jump cancelled while airborne. Level 2 Swordmaster unlocks the crystals, Dante throws the nunchuck sticks to the ground till large fuck off ice spikes thwarting crowds of demons emerge. Go ham on that style button, you get crazy crystals! Having the wacky woohoo pizza lad smash the nunchucks, surrounding him by huge ass ice cold pillars desecrating armies that dare stand in your path, and looking sick while doing it. Level 3 Swordmaster gets you the Ice Age, surrounding you in a large snowball that shields you from getting hit, but keeps on dealing constant damage to anyone touching it. This move can be a lifesaver if you're about to drop a style rank. It's a pretty solid combo ender in its own right. Next up, we got Agni and Rudra. The style button on the ground, Dante goes for the cross swords, slashing a nearby demon, burning it while using the wind to slash at it. You could use it in the middle of a combo or have it as your finisher. Skydance, a 4-hit combo, jump cancels included, ends off with the triple front flip of death, taking down demons at the same height or below you. The talking sword party doesn't end here, folks, not by a long shot. Level 2 unlocks Crawler, a handy projectile move that has Dante slamming the swords on the floor, hurling towers of fire and wind across to any demon. Pretty helpful while dealing some damage to any far-off opponent. Level 3 is where the real showstopper kicks in, introducing the Twister, Ice Age, but better! It is better! You can bet your ass when Dante spins the damn swords above his head, a heat vortex would end up forming around him, burning any of these clowns that surround you. Hold it! Mash that style button, you get the damn Tempest, packing more heat to that already burning pillar, engulfing every single adversary into the inferno. Time to rock out with Nevin's Tunes of Lightning. Hitting that style button will have you swing that bad boy in its scythe form, in the air and on the ground. To be honest, it's quite slow and tanky on the ground, while airborne it's an easy jump cancel at times. Moving on to the good shit, level 3 Swordmaster Distortion is unlocked. You're just shredding that guitar, charging up a large swarm of bats, causing a crap ton of splash damage to enemies, to the point of near death. Level 2 is where it's at. Allow me to present to you feedback, another way Dante rolls the scythe around his own body, hitting nearby enemies, brutalizing demonic armies by the truckloads. It gets way better if you keep bashing that circle button, the crazy roll, and extended electrified feedback, taking down demonic forces through the use of heavy metal. Heading over to the Beowulf, and no, this ain't no typo, I intentionally wrote it that way, cause Beowulf is Bay. The Swordmaster moves on their own are more than enough to cement that fact. Pushing the style button is a Hadouken that can be fired at anybody. It's chargeable like DMC1's Inferno. Okay, so maybe it's more like a Mega Buster. The style button gets the most OP air attack, the Hammer. It's very jump cancelable, putting a few demons to bed quickly. Level 2 Swordmaster gives you the Volcano, fisting the ground, pulling up a mini supernova, vaporizing any unfortunate devil that finds themselves close to the blast. It's much stronger in the air. If you hold down the style button, I'd recommend using it as a finishing move. Level 3 Swordmaster is the very reason Beowulf is Bay. Real impact! Here's the deal, when the uppercut lands on an enemy, a huge fuck off Shoryuken, dealing death-defining amounts of damage, rewarding you with a ton of style points. A running gag here, mash the style button to unleash the wildest Tatsumaki Senpu Kakyuku, aka Tornado Kick, a spinning flurry of kicks keeping him in the air, doubling the damage while keeping it stylish at the same time. DMC3 Swordmaster checks all the right boxes. The moves are really flashy yet very practical. Whatever tight jam you find yourself in, there's always something in the extended toolbox to get you out of it, while being ridiculously creative, putting you in the shoes of the wacky woohoo pizza man. Heading straight into Devil May Cry 4 that has a Swordmaster that is strangely lacking, with 3 devil arms but absolutely killing it with 2 of them. Let's get into it. First off, Rebellion comes with the standard Prop Shredder and Air Raid, basic stuff. On the other hand, Dance Macabre has been, how should I put this, a tad bit butchered. It's still combo beyond crack, tearing through the forces of hell with a speedy million stab. But it's the ending that's rubbing me the wrong way. Instead of getting a pole dance at the end, you get an overdrive followed up by a baseball strike. Sure, it's overpowered, but it's missing that kick 3 had. Or maybe Uncle Dante's a bit too old for that sort of thing, I guess. But at least we have overdrive. In my humble opinion, drives shouldn't be a Swordmaster skill. It should be a default skill. Directional input or not, but I gotta say, it packs one hell of a punch. Especially letting the 3 of them out at quick succession, through overdrives. Now we move on to the Devil Arm where they just nailed it. Gilgamesh level 1 leaves you with the shock, that allows you to smash your fist into the ground, creating a shockwave rattling any of the demons, getting close to it. You can charge it on the ground this time. Level 2 Swordmaster, you got the Uppercut family tree, starting with the Beast Uppercut, that does a really good job of being a launcher. Holding the style button gives you the Rising Dragon, launching Dante with the enemy. Hold it down a bit longer, you have Divine Dragon, the literal special Shoryuken, including a deadly 360 spin, adding a more devastating injury to any of the demons that it comes into contact with. When it comes to serious injuries, the real impact is back. It's a staple move at this point. Once that body shot uppercut lands, that unfortunate devil will have his soul obliterated outside of its petty husk of a body, through the ultimate Shoryuken, that can melt boss health bars away, DT distortion included. Heading on to Lucifer, where DMC4 Swordmaster misses the landing. The style button has Dante shoot out explosive swords in any direction he puts the analog stick in. I mean, it helps pierce more swords into the enemies to blow them up, but it isn't anything to write home about. You have the second move, named Climax. No joke, that's what they actually called this trick. Dante pulls out some explosive swords that blow up automatically. You got Bondage that works in the same way that Virgil's surrounding summon swords work. In short, DMC4 Swordmaster is a bit lacking in comparison to 3 because of the little devil arms that you have in this entry. Some of the flashier attacks are reskins of an uppercut. I won't lie, they're fun to play with. The Lucifer attacks on the other hand, well...
That's a letdown. I was hoping for a bit more than just a few sparks.
For real, that's what it feels like. Rebellion got the better end of the stick. Making our way to Devil May Cry 5, finally Swordmaster feels fun and exciting to use again, like how it was in 3. Let's take a look at it. Rebellion and Sparta both share the same exact moveset for Swordmaster, both get the prop shredder back, along with the air rave, juggling enemies in the air. Next up is the round trip. Just like DMC4, the sword will charge up to be thrown like a boomerang, keeping a ton of demons in the same spot. Dance Macabre is here. The animation is the exact same one as in DMC4. It's still pretty OP, but I missed the one from DMC3, but hey, it is what it is. As per DMC tradition, you got the Balrog Gauntlet, coming at you with 2 modes. Mike Tyson mode, that gets Dante to go all Ippo into the forces of hell, punching the ever-loving daylights out of him. Swordmaster starts off strong, with the straight wind jab, that can be used in between combos. Pushing the circle or B button midair, you got the Cruiser. This game's Volcano. Dante smashes his fist to the ground, burning any misfortunate demon beneath him. The other levels, you guessed it, more Shoryukens. A minimum dragon flinging people off the ground. Rising Dragon, the actual Shoryuken. Divine Dragon, the 360 uppercut dealing more damage. By this point, it ain't gonna be a pair of DMC gauntlets unless the infamous body shot is included. That if landed, Dante socks the demons so hard that their souls end up leaving their bodies due to that very real impact. Switching to the Eddie Gordo mode, the style button makes them kicks literally breakdance on these fools. I mean, look at this! Can a flare realistically be used to hit somebody? Anyways, in the air you get one of my favorite moves to juggle enemies with. Off the ground you got the Firestorm, kicking your enemies around like a goddamn soccer ball, raising them or jump cancelling it for more airtime. Anybody remember the handless cartwheel from DMC2? Well, it's back, as the Flint Wheel. A dodge, a launcher, a parry. Dude, it's everything! Can't forget about that Pyromania that literally allows you to kick demonic ass through the most fired up taekwondo routine ever devised, giving Eddie Gordo a run for his money. Time for some road rash with our favorite chainsaw cycle, the Cavalier. My god, where do I start with this thing? The default push of the stop button has you brutalize enemies doing donuts, shoving the chainsaw wheel into their faces. In the air, it's the playable DMC3 bike cutscene, same animations and all. You got a stinger move that is essentially running over a shit ton of crowds. Hell, in DT it does even more damage. The launching move is a huge-ass bike backflip, flinging an enemy 50 feet in the air. Got Cavalier R, the DLC version that I've been using throughout the video. You have Redline, the closest thing to an air stinger Dante's gonna get. It really suits the wacky woohoo pizza man, with how crazy it is. Then we get King Cerberus. Swordmaster has Dante use the fiery staff form that come with their own combo C and D. The combo C is a 3-hit attack, while D is a multiple million stab combo that ends with a wide sweep. It's pretty stylish looking if I do say so myself. Mid-air, the pole dance from DMC3 makes its way back into 5, with Dante swinging on that pole, coming down then whacking the living daylights out of him. You can even pummel him into submission using a figure 8 swing. Holding the button gets Dante to pull out the 3-section staff, creating a large AoE screen clearer, taking out whole armies that surround you, either on the ground or airborne. Wanna clobber him using the 3-section staff? You can use the Kingslayer, that kinda works like a Dance Macabre. Speaking of high damaging AoEs, Crystals is definitely back, animation wise at least. We have Persecution slamming the 3-section staff surrounding the forces of the underworld with huge pillars of lightning, presenting the one sword that changed the dynamic of the style in 5, the Devil Sword Dante. A ton of the staple Swordmaster moves, like prop shredding, air raves, are default moves for the DSD. You can have Royal Guard or Trickster equipped and air rave high up in the sky. The only Swordmaster move that needs the style is Dance Macabre. But now we got Summon Sword Stingers, High Times, Round Trips, combining Rebellion attacks with the Summon Sword stuff, making you more of a badass show-off. Now, time for the grandstand of crowning the World Swordmaster Champion. Time to unpack this top 3! In the number 3 spot, we got Devil May Cry 4. Swordmaster is just too limited here. That has to do with the game coming at you with only 3 devil arms. Rebellion has the most useful extended moveset. Hell, Gilgamesh has some pretty flashy looking moves, but it's all uppercuts, nothing else to show for it. And Lucifer has like, what, 3 moves that don't make much of an impact? So yeah, DMC4's Swordmaster is a bit lacking. In the number 2 spot, we got Devil May Cry 3. Swordmaster in DMC3 is an absolute dream to use. It comes with some of the flashiest move extensions to an already stylish moveset that comes with most of the devil arms. It even helps out with most tight situations you'll find yourself in. It's just a shame that you can't use everything all at once. You can only carry 2 weapons at a time. If only every single one of us can use freestyle mode, Capcom! Or I could go with the PC mods. There's probably one that allows me to switch between all 5 devil arms on the fly, along with other things. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the World Swordmaster Championship title, Devil May Cry 5! If I'm gonna be honest, both DMC 5 and 3 are neck and neck when it comes to Swordmaster style. For me, it was hard to decide on a world champion, but here's why 5 is on here. Like DMC 3, it already adds some of the most creative moves to weapons that already have a ton of imaginative skills on their own. A lot of them are really useful in most situations when you're surrounded by hordes of enemies. Hell, you got the DSD that changes up what can be done with Swordmaster entirely. Juggling enemies without touching them? That's more than possible. If you want to use it with the DSD combos, why the fuck not? Now that I've crowned a World Swordmaster Champion, we come to the end of this video. What were your guys' thoughts on it? And which Swordmaster do you think is more deserving of the World Champion title? Let me know in the comments down below. I just gotta say, I appreciate every single one of you for blowing up my last video to 14,000 views in just a couple of days. And 586 subscribers, man, that means the world to me. Every single one of you guys rock. Speaking of sub counts, we're a lot closer to that real-life rainstorm. So if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button, real impact style. Ring that bell to be notified for whenever I upload a brand new video. At 1,000 subs, I'll do the rainstorm trick in real life. This has been the Devil Joe, signing out.